So today, we will be doing a social experiment about how well random people, teenager, young adults, and adults knows the importance of sex education and its specific topic, like society and cultural belief about sex education, sexual health including sexually transmitted infections, proper use of contraception and condoms, birth control, pregnancy, and abortion, human development including puberty, anatomy, sexual orientation and gender identity, and the last one is LGBT community and their human rights. This social experiment aims to identify the beliefs and knowledge of the people that we will interview. But before we go on in our social experiment, let me introduce to you what is sex education and why is it important. Sex education is the activity of offering knowledge about sex and sexuality. It helps to gain the information to make healthy decisions about sex and sexuality. It also includes teaching and learning about the new things related to sex. Sex education also helps to manage our sexual health. Sex education must be given under the guidance of trained educators, and it should cover topics like what, when, how, about relationship, sexual identity, body language, decision making, contraceptive methods, and sexually transmitted infections or STIs. The importance of sex education is to inform youth on topics including sex, sexuality, and bodily development. Quality sex education can lead to better prevention in STDs and unwanted pregnancy. Furthermore, it decreases the risk of having unsafe sex and increases responsible family planning. To help address issues like overpopulation, high rates of teenage pregnancy, and the rise of HIV.
Hi, I'm Justhine, Famini, student of University of Makati, and today we will be asking few questions for Jarwin and Lagunay, a student.
My name is Jarwin, student from San Pedro Business College.
For our social experiment interview about sex education, especially based on social and cultural beliefs about sex education. So for the first question, are abstinence-only program an appropriate form of school-based sexual health education?
In general, the primary objectives of abstinence-only programs are not to encourage young people to not engage in sexual activity until they are married and to teach youth that sexual activity outside the context of marriage is likely to have harmful psychological and physical effects. Abstinence-only programs to purposefully do not teach young people the importance of consistent contraceptive use for unintended pregnancy, preparation or condom use for STI or HIV, infection and prevention. Effective sexual health education supports informed decision-making by providing individuals with the opportunity to develop the knowledge, personal insights, motivation, and behavioral skills that are consistent with each individual's person, values, and adolescents engage in partnered sexual activities, whereas others will make an informed decision to delay these sexual activities.
Thank you for that, Ms. Gunayan. So the second question is, what are the social and economic benefits to society of implementing broadly based sexual health education in the school?
Sexual health is a major positive part of personal health and healthy living. The primary goals of sexual health education are to provide individuals with the necessary information, motivation, and behavioral skills to avoid negative sexual health outcomes and to enhance sexual health. There is a growing recognition that the attainment and maintenance of sexual health for individuals, couples, and families is an important component of the overall well-being of the community. Broadly based sexual health education in the schools can make a significant positive contribution to the health and well-being of the community.
Hi, I'm Alclarisse and Dulcero, student of University of Makati, and today I'm going to ask Maria Sofia Agaraw, grade 9 student in high school Pitogo, and we're going to ask her about sexual education, specifically about sex orientation.
to be knowledgeable with our sex health orientation because it helps us our gender preferences, and not just that, but also helps us to understand yourself even more in this type of things. For me, it is really important for people, most especially teenagers like me, to be aware and knowledgeable with these specific topics because it will help us how to handle when we are in this type of situations.
I'm Estrella, student of the University of Makati, and today we will be asking few questions to Miss Estrella, a working mom, for our social experiment interview about sex education.
Well, since I am a mother of two, I've been using contraceptives since I had my first child. So I'm currently using injectable. I also use pills. So I can say that I'm very much aware of using contraceptives. Well, judge any person, but since we're in the Philippines, so most of us still have this norm that we still value, virginity in the Philippines. But for me, most of the time, I actually think that they are already liberated, since that is not really normal here in the Philippines.
Philippines is known for being conservative and not naturally open about this kind of topics. Contraceptive, it does not only prevent pregnancy, but they also reduce the risk of sexually transmitted diseases. Effective contraception can decrease the potential for infection in certain high-risk groups. Contraceptive protects against sexually transmitted infections, including immunodeficiency virus or HIV. The importance of contraceptives can benefit and raise up among societies, and being open about sex education can help us get the proper guidance and more knowledge to prevent any of these unwanted complications.
My name is Alroneah Lagunay, and I'm going to discuss about sexual orientation to human development. As for the one-eye question, she mentioned in her response that yes, it is, and so it could apply it in our lives. Sexual orientation is one of the main subtopics for human development. As we human beings evolve as we grow, we also change as we adapt to what environment we live in, and also the beliefs we trust or knowledge in our journey to humanhood. Sexual orientation is about who you're attracted to, romantically, emotionally, and sexually. There are main three categories of sexual orientation, which is heterosexuality, bisexuality, and homosexuality. As I define what is sexual orientation, along with the opinion of the participant, in addition, it's really a relevant issue and indeed knowledge for oneself. Why? Because that is one of the things that the person desires, and knowing one's sexual orientation is essential because only you can understand or feel it. It also demonstrates the internal growth that occurs when you're aware of your sexual orientation. And thank you.
I am Michelle Ann Reyes, and to answer your question, yes, I think we should have sexual orientation for everyone, so they have knowledge and would properly apply it in their lives.
Duncan, student of University of Makati, and today we will be asking few questions for Jonah Tabak from BSIT 2A. For a social experiment interview about sex education, specifically based on LGBTQ community. What are your thoughts about LGBTQ community?
So my thoughts about LGBTQ community is first, every human being living in this earth has freedom, and we have our own decisions to be. It's your choice to show to other people who you really are or you yourself. So I can say that about LGBT, all I want to say is you're not a persecuted because that's your life, and no one has a privilege to dictate your life.
For the last question, Do you support LGBTQ community?
Honestly speaking, I don't support LGBTQ community. I don't know, maybe I can't handle the situation sometimes when I saw different, but I'm also human and also them. I respect them because they have life and they must live the life whatever they want. But I only recognize that existing humans on this earth are boys and girls. That's all.
So, that's okay.